Hare Krishna. Welcome to the Gita study session. Today is Wednesday, 27th May 2020. So we start with our prayers. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
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 Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Shrimate Jayapataka Swaminiti Namine Nama Acharya Padaya Nitai Kripa Pradayine Gaur Katha Dhamadaya Nagar Grama Tarine Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Shrimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Desha Tarine जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. So we'll first start with our chanting of the shlokas and then we'll go for the explanation.
जय श्री कृष्ण प्रभु जी.
Hare Krishna. Giridhar Prabhu. Giridhar Prabhu, you are there? Hare Krishna. I saw the name Giridhar Prabhu. Are you there? You want to chant with me? Or I will take. I asked other to, Poonam Mataji can with there. Okay.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Good. Aparyaptam tadasmakam.
Aparyatam tadaskatam.
Balam Bhishma Bhirakshitam.
Balam Bhishma Bhirakshitam.
Paryaptam Tvidam Metesham.
Paryatam Tvidmetesham.
Balam Bhima Bhirakshitam.
Balam Bhima Bhirakshitam.
Aparyaptam tadasmakam balam Bhishma Bhirakshitam.
Aparyatam tadaska asmakam balam Bhishma Bhirakshitam.
Paryaptam Tvidametesham balam Bhima Bhirakshitam.
Paryatam Tvidmetesham balam Bhima Bhirakshitam.
Aparyaptam tadasmakam balam Bhishma Bhirakshitam. Paryaptam Tvidametesham balam Bhima Bhirakshitam.
Aparyatam tad smakam balam Bhishma Bhirakshitam. Paryatam Tvidemeshtesham balam Bhima Bhirakshitam.
Thank you. Now we go word by word translation. Aparyaptam,
Aparyatam,
immeasurable.
immeasurable.
Tat,
Tat,
that.
that.
Asmakam,
Asmakam,
of ours.
of ours.
Balam,
Balam,
strength.
strength.
Bhishma,
Bhishma,
Abhirakshitam,
Abhirakshatam,
perfectly protected.
perfectly protected.
Paryaptam,
Paryaptam,
limited.
limited.
Tu,
Tu,
but.
but.
Idam,
Idam,
all this.
all this.
Etesham,
Etesam,
of the Pandavas.
of the Pandavas.
Balam,
Balam,
strength.
strength.
Bhima,
Bhima,
Abhirakshitam,
Abhirakshitam,
carefully protected.
carefully protected.
Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you.
So now, Abhilasha Mataji. अयनेषु च सर्वेषु
अनेषु सर्वेषु
यथा भागवमस्थिताः
यथा भागवतस्थिताः.
भीष्ममे
Haribo Prabhuji, the screen is not showing.
not showing.
Yes. Not showing.
भीष्ममेवाभिरक्षतुम्
Bhishman eva bhirakshantu.
भवन्तः सर्व एव हि भवन्तः सर्व एव हि. We lost you. Abhilasha Mataji, are you there?
Yes, Haribo Prabhuji. I lost my connection. I'm sorry.
It's okay. भवन्तः सर्व एव हि
Bhavanta sarva eva hi.
अयनेषु च सर्वेषु यथा भागमवस्थिताः
Ayaneshu sa sarveshu yatha bhagavanapasthitaha.
भीष्ममेवाभिरक्षन्तु भवन्तः सर्व हि एव हि
Bhishman eva bhirakshantu bhavantam sarva eva hi.
अयनेषु च सर्वेषु यथा भागमवस्थिताः भीष्ममेवाभिरक्षन्तु भवन्तः सर्व एव हि
Ayaneshu sa sarveshu yatha bhagavanapasthitaha. Bhishma eva bhirakshantu bhavanta sarva eva hi.
word by word meaning. अयनेषु
Ayaneshu
in the strategic points.
in the strategic points. Cha
Also
also.
सर्वेषु
Sarveshu
everywhere
everywhere.
यथा भागम
Yatha bhagam
as differently arranged.
as differently arranged.
अवस्थिताः अवस्थिताः is having problems with connectivity. Situated. Bhishmam certainly. Abhirakshantu should give support. Bhavantah
Avirakshantu
should give support.
bhavanta
Yeah. Sarve
sarve
all respectively.
all respectively.
Evahi certainly. I'm sorry. I mean, you had problems. Okay.
Evahi
Thank you. Thank you.
certainly. Yes, I'm extremely sorry for this.
Not in your hand. What you can do. Okay. Now one more person. Some Prabhuji.
Prabhuji, I'm really sorry, but can we please request two Matajis? I mean, they're cooking, we can hear the noises, and somebody's having network problem, then too they are so attentive.
I know. I mean,
It's Bharti Mataji and
yeah.
there is Seema Mataji.
Okay, let me take care of them. Bharti
Thank
Mataji
you.
and Seema Mataji.
Seema Mataji.
Right. They are multitasking. So Bharti Mataji is off now. Okay. So Giridhar Prabhu, are you there? I think slowly it is becoming all Matajis. Anjan Prabhu, you would like to chant? Anjana Prabhu? Okay, I think I will have to fall back on our friend Kishore Prabhuji. Kishore Prabhuji? Hare Krishna?
Yes.
Yes, Prabhuji. So you please chant after me. Tasya sanjanayan
Hare Krishna.
harsham. Tasya sanjanayan harsham.
Tasya sanjana ghanahasha
Kuru vruddha pitamaha.
kuru vruddha pitamaha
Simhanadam vinadhyoche.
sinhanada vinadhoche
Shankham dadmo pratapavan.
shankham dadmo pratapavan
Tasya sanjanayan harsham. Kuru vruddha pitamaha.
tasya sanjanayan harsha kuru vruddha pitamaha
Simhanadam vinadhyoche. Shankham dadmo pratapavan.
sinhanada vinadhoche shankha dagmo pratapavan
Tasya sanjanayan harsham kuru vruddha pitamaha. Simhanadam vinadhyoche shankham dadmo pratapavan.
tasya sanjanayan harsha kuru vruddha pitamaha sinhanada vinadhoche shankha dagmo pratapavan.
Word by word translation. Tasya,
Yes. Tasya, his,
sanjanayan,
sanjanayan,
increasing.
increasing,
Harsham,
harsham,
cheerfulness.
cheerfulness,
Kuru vruddha,
kuru vruddha,
the grandsire of the Kuru dynasty.
the grandsire of the Kuru dynasty,
Pitamaha,
Pitamaha,
Hare
the
Krishna.
grandfather. Yeah.
Stop down. Hare Krishna, please mute. Simhanadam,
Simhanadam,
roaring sound like that of a lion.
roaring sound that like that of lion.
Now Girdhar Prabhu is on.
Yeah, Vinadya. Huh?
1 minute.
Yeah, Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yes. Vinadya. Yes, Kishore Prabhu. Vinadya. Oh, we lost him also. What? He's there. Dhriti Mataji
It
is
was Vinadya. No?
Yeah, Vinadya. Yes. Prabhu.
Yeah.
Vibrating.
Yeah, vibrating.
Uchchai.
Uchchai,
Very loudly.
very loudly.
Shankham.
Shankham,
Conch shell.
conch shell.
Dadmau.
Dadmau,
Blue.
blue.
Pratapavan.
Pratapavan,
The valiant.
the valiant.
Thank you, Prabhuji. So now I request
Hare
everybody
Krishna,
to
Prabhuji.
keep muted, but as I am going to read, please you read also with mute on, right? So that we don't get disturbed, but you should read along. And also I request that when we are chanting, everybody should be chanting. That way you get practice, you know. Only thing is keep the mute on. because I know it is difficult for some of us to pronounce these Sanskrit words, but by practice it will come through. I'm sure by the time we finish first chapter, everybody will be able to chant. And I have a special video I recorded some time back with some group where I have taught them how to pronounce, especially if you are not conversant with this Devanagari Lipi and the transliteration you would see in English, so there it becomes a little difficult to pronounce sometimes. So this is called phonetic language, you see all those lines and dots and all. So I have one class only on that. So that will make you understand how to pronounce when there is a line, how to pronounce when there is no line, and things like that. So I will be sharing that with all of you. So now we go to the translation 10, 11, 12. So I will just read the translation. We are not going to repeat. So please read along without unmuting. Our strength is immeasurable and we are perfectly protected by grandfather Bhishma, whereas the strength of the Pandavas, carefully protected by Bhima, is limited. All of you must now give full support to grandfather Bhishma as you stand at your respective strategic points of entrance into the phalanx of the army. Then Bhishma, the great valiant grandsire of the Kuru dynasty, the grandfather of the fighters, blew his conch shell very loudly, making a sound like the roar of a lion, giving Duryodhan joy. So now we are going to read the commentaries by different acharyas and then I will speak a little. Okay. These commentaries are very, very self-explanatory, for nothing much to explain, but still we'll see if in the question or something, we'll take it up. So chapter 1, shloka 10, 11 and 12. Okay. All the commentaries are combined of all these shlokas. So we'll start, I request one by one all of, many of you to read. Not everybody will be getting a chance, but many of you will get a chance because there are, I think, 12, totally 12, 11 or 12 commentaries are there. So we start with, let me figure out. Avinash Prabhu, would you like to read? Okay, I can't unmute him, so good. He cannot read. Beena Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Herein an estimation of comparative strength is made by Duryodhana. He thinks that the strength of his armed forces is immeasurable, being specifically protected by the most experienced general, grandfather Bhishma. On the other hand, the forces of the Pandavas are limited, being protected by a less experienced general Bhima, who is like a fig in the presence of Bhishma. Srila Prabhupada. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Yeah. Dhriti Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Duryodhana was always envious of Bhima because he knew perfectly well that if he should die at all, he would only be killed by Bhima. But at the same time, he was confident of his victory on account of the presence of Bhishma, who was a far superior general. His conclusion that he would come out of the battle victorious was well asserted. Srila Prabhupada.
Gauri Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Duryodhana, after praising the prowess of Bhishma, further considered that others might think that they had been considered less important. So, in his usual diplomatic way, he tried to adjust the situation in the above words. He emphasized that Bhishma Deva was undoubtedly the greatest hero, but he was an old man. So, everyone must especially think of his protection from all sides. He might become engaged in the fight and the enemy might take advantage of his full engagement on one side. Srila Prabhupada.
Thank you. Saroj Mataji is there today. I think she joined today. I hope. Saroj Mataji, are you on? No.
No, Prabhuji, she is not there.
Okay, no problem. I will pick up on somebody else. Garima Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Bhishma could understand the inner meaning of the heart of his grandson Duryodhana, and out of his natural compassion for him, he tried to cheer him by blowing his counsel very loudly. Befitting his position as a lion, indirectly, by the symbolism of the counsel, he informed his depressed grandson Duryodhana that he had no chance of victory in the battle, because the Supreme Lord Krishna was on the other side. But still, it was his duty to conduct the fight, and no pains would be spared in that connection. Srila Prabhupada. Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Yeah, so Srila Prabhupada's commentary on the 3 shlokas. Now we go to the next one. And Kartikeya Prabhu can read this.
Our troops are not up to standard. Aparyaptam. We cannot fight against the Pandavas, even though protected all around by Bhishma, who has fine intelligence and is experienced in fighting and theory. Bhishma has partiality for both sides. The Pandavas are very well protected. Paryaptam abhirakshitam by Bhima, though having gross intelligence and not thoroughly conversant with fighting. In other words, they are well equipped to fight against us.
Thank you. Now, Rani Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Therefore, you should be very careful, though you are divided into different groups. Athabhagam, for the purpose of entering into the enemy lines, Ayasenu, Ayanesu, you should not give up your designation positions on the battlefield. Being fixed in your respective positions, protect Bhishma on all sides so that he is not attacked from behind while engaged in fighting with others. The implication here is only by strength of Bhishma we will survive. Srila Vishwanatha Chakravarti Thakura. Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Srinivas Balaji Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Bhishma, the elder of the Kurus, joyful on hearing respect given to him and to produce joy in Duryodhana by driving away his fears, roaring like a lion, blew his conch shell. The phrase Simhanadham Vinadhya uses the same root nod twice. The literal meaning is roaring the roar of a lion.
Kavita Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Duryodhana is implying that although his army is mighty, it is insufficient due to the fact that Bhishma Deva
Connectivity problem today, I think looks like. We lost her.
So,
Continue.
Bhishma Deva being affectionate to the Pandavas as well as the Kauravas is not totally committed to victory for him. But Bhima being completely committed to the defeat of the Kauravas makes the victory of the Pandavas stronger and more likely to be successful. Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. So this is the first time we are coming with commentary by Sridhar Swami. He is the spokesman from Rudra Sampradaya.
Sorry.
You know, Rudra Sampradaya headed by Vishnu Swami. So Sridhar Swami has written commentaries on that. So we are taking that. So next we will ask Sridhar Prabhu to read this, if he is there.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. So it may also be put forth that if Duryodhana is so convinced of his superiority, then why does he need to assure himself? In this verse, although he states his army is unlimited, by its tone it implies by his reply that the army of his with all the mighty heroes previously mentioned protected by Bhishma seems inadequate, whereas the army of the Pandavas which is protected by Bhima seems adequate to him.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. So now one more Mataji gets a turn. Medha Mataji.
So Duryodhana, faced with the feeling of inadequacy, reflects what is to be done. In this verse, he replies that all of his army, situated in their respective strategic points in their various positions, must support and protect Bhishma very carefully, who is the commander of the army. It is understood that where the commander is protected, the army is protected.
Soumya Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. So Duryodhana, full of internal anxiety, deceptively addressed the teacher Dronacharya, attempting to conceal his fear at the might of the Pandava army. Drona, understanding the offensive innuendo by the word's inner significance, ignored Duryodhana being dissatisfied by the subtle sarcasm concealed within the words. At this time, the valiant grandsire Bhishma, perceiving Duryodhana's inner despondency, roared like a lion and blew a thunderous blast on his conch shell just to increase Duryodhana's joy.
Okay. So this way we conclude this, and now I would like to try to explain a little on the same points which are raised by this acharyas. So here there is an interesting take by a different, now you see, if we read this Bhagavad Gita on our own, no commentary, no nothing, then we would have missed so many wonderful points brought out by these acharyas. They have the experience, they have the knowledge, and they have done the studies much more than us. We are all part-time devotees. Couple of hours we get. Rest of the time we are busy in our own. Whereas these devotees, these acharyas, they had no other occupation. They are totally immersed in this. And that's why they are gone to the depth. I'm just telling you, just to give an example. Aparyaptam, paryaptam, right? There are two words come in the first 10th number, shloka number 10. So somebody is saying their strength is, the strength of the Duryodhana is saying that our strength, that is Duryodhana's strength, is immeasurable. You cannot measure it. Whereas the Pandavas' strength is measurable, limited, unlimited versus limited. But then second meaning of paryaptam in Sanskrit means paryaptam is enough, adequate. Aparyaptam is not enough. So some acharyas say, no, actually what Duryodhana is telling is that although I have this wonderful armies with me, headed by this, Drona, Karna, like that. The four main ones, yesterday we discussed that. Drona, Karna, Ashwathama, and of course Bhishma. And they have put together, like generally sometimes they will advertise about some company that we have 300 years of experience between four of us, like that, that 4 or 5 directors will be there. The same way, Duryodhana is saying that we have enough strength. I mean, these wonderful warriors who are never been defeated. 4 of them never defeated. But still, he has problems. Still, he has problems because his 2 major supporters, Bhishma and Dronacharya, who are the most expert and most experienced, they are also having a soft corner for Pandavas. Because Dronacharya, because the students were Pandavas and Kauravas both, so how can you discriminate between one student and other student? And Bhishma, because he had a natural love for Pandavas because the Pandavas were so pious and upright. Versus Duryodhana he had to deal with because of his woe. Otherwise, he would not have touched person like Duryodhana. But now he's very, very attached to his vow. Sometimes that happens to us, We take a vow without finding the implications of that, We just take in the heat of the moment, we take something. Like, every 31st of December, so many people resolve, oh, this year I will do this, and then very next day they break that because they find out that they promised too much. So this is one lesson for us that we should never over-promise to others and to ourselves also. Oh, I will do, sometimes people say, oh, Prabhuji, from tomorrow, I will do so many rounds of chanting and I will be reading 8 shlokas, and then after 15 days, you call that devotee and find out, so Prabhuji, how is it going? Prabhuji, I fell back a little, I could not complete 8 shlokas for 7 out of 10 days. Something like that. So here, Duryodhana knows these 2 facts. But unfortunately, what he did in the middle of the battle, you can imagine, this middle of the battle, and it's not even started. He demoralized Drona. Yes, he demoralized Drona, right? He said, oh, you are a Shishya, Drishtadyumna, you trained him, you talked to him, but he's on the other side. And your Pandavas are also on the other side. So he already put a little doubt in the mind of Dronacharya that whether this person is believing in me, has he got confidence in me, So Bhishma is also hearing. Mind you, as I told in the beginning, everybody is hearing. But they are still having so much patience to hear out. Otherwise, somebody would have started without being a conch being blown, somebody would have started, kill this person. How can he talk like that about my guru? But they've all been told that no, they cannot do that. And not only that, Duryodhana is talking to his guru about everybody. In that period, on the Pandava side, nobody is talking anything, right? They're all patiently waiting for this discourse to be over. And they are enjoying, because devotees, they are enjoying the discourse. And on Kaurava side, they are becoming impatient. What is this going on? Time to fight. And what is these 2 people talking there? Is this the place to talk? This is the place of war, isn't it? So see, it shows you the 2 sides of a coin. And that is why when Bhishma Dev, he heard all this, so he knew that this is going to be demoralizing everybody. So to put a little confidence into, because also not only that, Duryodhana also praised Bhishma, right? He said, oh, he is the key. Everybody should protect him. Make sure that there are strategically everybody is kept there so that they protect him from the front, from the back, because sometimes he can be attacked from the back. Although the Pandavas will never do that. Again, because they are virtuous. But Duryodhana, when you have a dirty mind, you think that everybody is having a dirty mind. So he thinks that, oh, they may attack him from the back. So cover, like in US we say, cover all the bases. Of course, in the baseball, matches, they say cover all the bases. That means everything is covered. So this is where Duryodhana is. He is on this side also, then suddenly he shows some. So ultimately Bhishma decided that, okay, let me cheer him up a little. So he blows his conch shell like a lion. But mind you, even though he's his conch shell, everything, but there is no mention of any name for the conch shell, whereas we'll see in the next shlokas tomorrow or whenever we read that all the 5 Pandavas and Krishna's conch shells have names and have some significance. Whereas here, there is no such thing, but still, he's trying to, cheer up Duryodhana. Come on, I'm there, don't worry. So this is how a man's mind works, You hear a little praise, you become very liberal. You hear a little criticism, you become depressed, or you start fighting, or you have anger, or so many things, right? So this is why we say that Mahabharata is a great lesson. It's a great story, but a great lesson. And those who have learned from these lessons and applied them in their life, they stand a much better chance than others, those who just hear or see the Mahabharata for entertainment. Because in the process there will be some jokes, there will be some loose talk. People like that very much. But those who are serious about studying Bhagavad Gita, learning from it, I hope at least some of you are taking notes about this, Everything is not written here. This I am going to share, but there are certain things which I am saying may be useful. I don't say that you have to believe in me and start writing everything that I say, but with experience, having spent some time, it may be helpful, because this is how I learned. So I just covered everything, except that, just one point, that if Duryodhana knows his strength of his army, then why is he asking a question? Keshav Kashmiri ji asked that question, that he said, if Duryodhana knows, then why he has to ask? So Duryodhana knows and he does not know also. I said, he's having a big struggle in his mind. And he's definitely not a good leader. He's a leader in a sense, yes, he could get so many people on his side. But we know the reasons also. I explained that how they fought with, on the side of Kauravas. Okay, so thank you very much. And now if you have any questions or comments, we can take it up. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Gauri this side. In previous session, Prabhuji, you told that Duryodhan was a very good politician.
Yes.
Right? How come he has so much of confusion in his mind? Like in the end, you cleared that Kashmiri ji also asked the same question. In fact, I also had the same doubt. As a good leader, he should have motivated his team. Why is he, trying to put everybody in doubts?
I said in the last, did you not hear? I said that you are not a good leader. Just being a politician doesn't mean he's a leader, right?
Right.
There are so many politicians who are misleading the masses. There are actually more of them than those who are guiding their audience, right? Mostly they are misleading.
Right.
They are over-promising.
Yes.
Again,
Yes.
Just on the day before election, everybody says, "Oh, I will do this for you, that for you," and then general complaint from the people is that you don't even see that person for next 5 years till the next election, right?
Right.
So this is again, that's what I'm saying, that we have to learn from this. That just getting some people on your side and making your army bigger does not mean that you are a good leader. Now I have come back to the basics of Bhagavad Gita. When I was teaching, I had said that there is a difference between effective management and efficient management.
Right. I remember, sir.
So now Duryodhana is an efficient manager. He could get so many people on his side.
Right.
He's not been able to motivate them. That's why it's a beautiful description. One Acharya is saying that Bhishma, because of Pandavas and Kauravas both being his relatives, his goal may not be perfect. His goal is only to save Hastinapur, nothing else, right? Whereas Bhima is determined, he's focused. He knows that our army is smaller and is focused to defeat. So he says chances of his winning are better than Duryodhana's because he's determined. Duryodhana is not determined because he already have the kingdom. He's thinking, somehow I will keep the kingdom back because of all these gundas.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Anybody else? You should all come out with your doubts in the mind. Don't think that, oh, my question will be, people will laugh at my question. You know, it's your question is your question. Only thing is, we should not ask personal questions in this forum because, you know, then it's wasting others' time. But if you have some common question which will help. And just to give an idea, you know, when Bhagavatam was spoken, before that, in the very first canto of Bhagavatam, first chapter, the sages asked 6 questions to Suta Goswami, who was the narrator of Bhagavatam. The whole Bhagavatam started because those 6 questions were asked. The entire 18,000 shlokas are in relation to those first 6 questions. The questions, why they were important? Because they were asked to help everybody. Jana Kalyana. It was not for specific person's needs or something like that. Yeah. Now somebody was about to talk. I interrupted. Thank you.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Garima this side. My question is not from the today's class. Actually, I'm trying to imbibe all the things which you are telling and try to read after that. My question is regarding the chanting. As you said, like some people in the situation, you know, like in terms and when the things are like that only, they take up and they say that we are doing that many rounds and all. So as I'm a very beginner in this, so I started chanting. I mean, when I when I got to know last Sunday. So the thing is that what do you mean by rounds in that chanting? Like I didn't committed anything like that. I'm only doing it when I'm having time and a fixed
I'll tell
time.
you. Good question. This question will help all those who are new. Round meaning one mala, you are supposed to be chanting on a mala, you know, made of either neem or tulasi, because they are both considered as auspicious. Okay. When you touch anything auspicious, you get that vibration from that. So mala consists of 108.
108. Yeah, right.
So when we say one round means one mala of 108. That means 108 times Hare Krishna mantra. That becomes one mala, one round.
So are we supposed to commit on that? Because according to me, it's like you should like what I am doing is I have a fixed time, and in that I am doing the chanting thing because I am engaged with other activities. But I'm trying to fix with that schedule. And is it like when we have time we can do more, when we have less time we can do minimum at least one round? So are we supposed to commit it as well before going to the service, or it is?
You commit to yourself first. You don't have to commit to anybody else. You know, we commit to ourselves that okay, I will do it. And I generally suggest for everybody, not only beginners, just make a chart from the Excel, take a printout and put it on your refrigerator, and put the date and the number of rounds, and ask somebody else to initiate it. You know, because you yourself cannot do that. I chanted 3 rounds, so because we have the tendency to cheat, right? So
So if you are cheating, then chanting does not make sense.
exactly. So
It is for you.
so better, somebody just say, your parents or somebody, husband, wife, okay, I chanted today 2 rounds.
I'll do it myself. I'll be honest on that.
Okay.
And apart from that, is it important to chant loudly or we can chant softly?
You should, okay. That's why I said a workshop on chanting is required. Sooner or later we'll do that.
Ji.
But yes, you are supposed to be chanting means you should be able to hear it.
Okay.
So that much loud. But when we do kirtan and when do in congregation, then it becomes louder.
Mm-hmm.
See, there is one chanting, many other people will tell you to chant in the mind, right? But
Yeah.
our process is, the acharyas have given us the process that when you chant, you should hear, because the process is not chanting. Process is hearing. It says that our heart is like a mirror. And over a period of time, so many lifetimes, we have collected a lot of dust on that mirror, the material dust, of our attachments and greed dust. So now the process is that when you hear the names Krishna and Rama and all that, so they are so potent that they go through your ears and go to the heart and clean that mirror slowly. So over a period of time, you start seeing yourself. You start realizing that, oh, I am this, I am the spirit soul, I am not this body. So many things will reveal to you. So the process is, that's why we need to chant in such a way that we hear every word. And then in the workshop, you will find, how to chant, how to pronounce, because sometimes we want to, like you said, we say, let's say you have half an hour. Generally, we'll do 4 or 5 rounds in the normal speed. But suppose you say, I have half an hour, but I must chant 8 rounds today. Then your chanting will become not clear, right? You'll run, and then what you have to, some Ramas will go, some Krishnas will go, some Krishna will become Krishna, some will Krishna, like that will happen, So at a good speed, meaning we should be audible. Every word should be audible, because we are calling Krishna. If
So I don't think so. We should run for the. We should not run for the pace. I mean, the main part of chanting is to get connected.
By practice, because what happens, sometimes devotees go for 16 rounds, and then you have 2 hours, so you have to time it in such a way that you can't go too slow, because it may take 4 hours and you don't have that with you. So average proper rate is there. Yeah. Okay.
Ji, thank you, Guruji.
Hare Krishna. Yes, anybody else has any doubt, question, comment?
Prabhuji, the Sridhar Swami whose commentary we read today, Prabhuji, he's the same, the one whose commentary on Bhagavad Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had said was the best.
Right. He's the same. Sridhar Swami, yes.
So, Prabhuji, he must have been self-realized, really exalted personality.
All these personalities whom we are talking about, everybody is self-realized only.
So Prabhuji, the other one, some Acharya, I've forgotten the name, whose commentaries we are reading for the past few days. Prabhuji, he was from which sampradaya? Forgotten, Prabhuji, you had told, I think.
But he's also Brahma Madhva.
From the same. Okay, Prabhuji.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Prabhuji. The class was very interesting, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Ishmita. How are you?
Hare Krishna.
Yeah. You have any question?
Hare Om.
Do you have any question, Prabhuji is asking?
No.
No?
Sure.
Yes.
Can you chant one time Hare Krishna Maha Mantra? Try.
Tell Prabhuji Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Come on, tell them.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare.
Haribol. Generally, in the beginning, people need something to read from, So those I will teach you all those techniques, how to concentrate, how to make your chanting better, what to avoid, what not to avoid, all that. Okay. So now I think Yeah, it's almost 11:23.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Yes.
Yeah. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
So can we guess when we are giving God some prasad? So can we make it even out of putting garlic and onion?
No, he doesn't like it. You know, like you guys have so many things, right? I don't like that. I don't like that. Krishna doesn't like onion garlic.
Why, Prabhuji?
Krishna doesn't like it. I have some one more class required for that. So I will explain. It is a lot longer explanation, so I will not take it now. But yes, we cannot offer onion garlic. We cannot offer mushrooms. We cannot offer any tea, coffee. We cannot offer any alcohol, liquor, anything. No meat.
Masur dal.
Masur dal. We cannot, because it is. There's technical reason also, and it is very tamasic. So why I'm saying I will tell later, because this little girl will not understand what is tamasic and rajasic. But I will,
Thank you, Prabhuji.
yeah,
Krishna.
I will explain to you, beta. I will explain why. Okay, I think. Yeah. Anybody
Hare
else?
Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Prabhuji, please share phonetic one what you said, na video.
Yes, I will send it. Yeah, everybody should see that, because those who want to chant, those who want to, because people, as I said, Sanskrit is not our mother tongue anymore. It was mother tongue once upon a time, but now our mother tongue is English, right? Or depending on where you are living, that is the mother tongue. But English is a must.
Yeah.
So what has happened? The Sanskrit we cannot read properly. So for the help of that, for us, Prabhupada got it transliterated. Like in English. You must be saying Sanskrit, there is English. So English.
I have learnt a bit of phonetic in college actually,
Okay.
but I
So
need to go through.
then you will understand it faster. But phonetic is as it is written, so you pronounce. You don't have any speculation.
Yes.
Okay. Otherwise, what happens? English is a horrible language. BUT, but PUT is not. This is how it is. So if some guideline is required, that is why phonetic. When we say you means how when we say you, when we say e. Yes. Class is not yet over, so I think it's just 1 or 2 minutes more, and then you can start chit-chatting. There's no problem. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
And you will get the recording.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare-
मैं तो जम गई